make the selection of the specific database. This is a Indonesian electricity grid mix. This is a compressed air, and this is a Germany-based polypropylene granulate mix. In GaBi, we have a flexibility to choose the database in the second step after we create the flows in the foreground process. You can make that choice using the search feature. So for the first time we search for the flows, they can be generic. The second time we search for the processes, they have to be the specific process we want to connect.
Okay, thank you, Ritesh. I think we will run out of time. So
yes, Adisa. So we will stop here, and we have 3-4 minutes for questions. I request participants for the questions, and we will take a break.
To Q&A session. Is it good?
Yes, Adisa, this is fine.
Okay, just 10 minutes.
Yeah, so we will take questions now.
So for any participant who have a question, you can address. Maybe, thank you.
So I will take the questions from the chat box. The question is why electricity is shown as 0 value, why we don't see the name as electricity. So these are the two questions I have received. So in order to see the name and the quantity, as you are using GaBi for the first time, you have to enable these settings. Please go to the view option in the menu bar. And in the menu bar view option, please select all these three options. Show flow name means the name of the flow will be shown. Show flow quantities means the quantity of the amount of values in the flow will be shown. And show tracked in and out, those dots will be shown. So please select all these three options in the menu bar. Go to the view drop down, select all these three. For the fourth time, go to view and click on save settings. When you save the settings in the view bar, this will be forever. You don't need to do that again and again.
We have a question from Fenmati. My units are not showing up. What shall I do?
I have attended to that question, Adisa.
Okay.
When you click on view and show track in, please ensure that this is selected. Show flow quantity, this is selected. Show flow names, all the three options are selected. Then you will see the quantity and the name. The other question, Harry, the other question from Harry is why this is showing 0 kilogram. Electricity is not measured in mass. It is measured in energy. So it is shown as 0 kilogram. Similarly, compressed air is not measured in mass. It is showing as 0 kilogram. The default setting, because we are making the model for the first time, the default setting is mass. We have to change that default setting. For that, we go to, on the right hand side, you see here, there is a selection drop down. On the right hand side, there is a selection drop down. Click on that. Do not select any process. None of the processes must be selected. So click on the white area so that no process is selected. Click on the white area, blank area, so that no processes are selected. And then in this selection drop down, you will see the quantity as mass. Go to that drop down, scroll up, above mass, you see reference quantity. Select that. So what I did to change the quantity, the default setting was mass. Don't select any of the processes on the screen. Go to the selection drop down here. In the quantity box, it was by default mass. Go to that drop down, and above mass, you have the reference quantities. Select that, and now you will see all the values. So this was the question from Mr. Harry. Mr. Harry, please try. Now I think you will be able to see the amount, the quantities. Yes, so the question from Jilang was addressed by Adisa. We can have the GaBi database from Sphera, or we can have the EcoInvent database from the EcoInvent Center. Both the options are available in GaBi. This is one benefit you find in GaBi. Other software providers only give EcoInvent. Sphera gives the Sphera database as well as the EcoInvent database. The important part or the benefit of Sphera database is geography specific data is available in Sphera database. EcoInvent is also developing on the geography specific data profiles, but Sphera's database have a good coverage in the Southeast Asian market along with India. So we have made Indian database, Malaysian database, Indonesian database, Thai database, and so on. So you will find the local profiles available in GaBi Sphera database. So you can go with the EcoInvent or you can go with the database, the Sphera database.
Okay, thank you, Ritesh. And we are going to go lunch break session, but before that, would you like to summarize what we have done from the create or from the activate the database until we have this model? Thank you.
Yes, Adisa, I will do that. Please save your plan. What we have not done is save the plan. Please click on save. You will get a warning size, a warning window. Please ignore that, click on OK. So whatever work we have done is now saved. Let me summarize what we have done now. So we started GaBi from our desktop icon. Double click on GaBi Professional. We opened GaBi. And then we connected the database here using the browse feature, link local database. And then we connected the GaBi Training DB. We opened it. Once the database gets opened, we could see all the terminologies. We created our first project. We called that project as LCA of plastic cup, saved it, activated it, closed it. Then we went to plans because lifecycle model is called as a plan in GaBi. And we created our own folder with a right click, new folder, plastic cup LCA ID. And then we selected that folder and created a new plan with a right click, selecting the new option. A new window popped up. We saved that new plan as plastic cup production cradle to gate, saved it. On that plan, then we created a new foreground process called as injection molding with a right click, new process. And in that new process, we renamed it as injection molding, wrote the nation as ID, and then we added the 3 input flows and the 2 output flows. We learned that the flows can be generic while we are adding them in a foreground process, because the actual selection is done at a process level when we connect the database process to the foreground process. So here we selected the generic flow names for electricity, polypropylene granulate, compressed air, plastic cup, and product waste plastic. We entered the values. What I was not showing is if you want to use some other unit, like polypropylene granulate is in kilogram. If you want to use gram, there is a drop down available. So you can use that drop down if you want to, and then punch the value in your preferred unit. We learned about the auto completion feature and the search window. So when I type electricity and press enter, the search window pops up. It gives a big list of the flows, and we select the flow which is most appropriate. And as it is a bit generic here, so this is okay to select the one which looks the most applicable. and then we saved our process. The process came as a box on our plan window. We increased the size of that process using the drag and drop feature. We went to the view settings, we clicked all these three options, and then using the search feature, we identified all the data sets like electricity, and then we found the Indonesian electricity grid mix, and then we dragged and dropped or copied and pasted it to our plan. And to connect the electricity, then we have to single click it, and from the red line on the right side, drag it to the injection molding process. And we repeated this for the other two databases, compressed air and polypropylene, and connected all the three to the injection molding process, and then we saved it. A warning was displayed. We ignored the warning. We will take care of that warning in the next session. So with that, Adisa, I am done with my summary. We can take an hour break and connect again for our next session.
Okay, thank you, Rites, for all participants. We will meet. We are going to lunch break, and we will meet again on 1 p.m. Jakarta time. Okay, thank you.
Thank you all. See you.
Yeah. Hello everyone. I think time for break has run out, so we are going to enter the uh, second session. Rites.
Yes, Adisa. Right.
Okay, are you there? Okay, good. Before we go enter the our session, I would like to give you a question from a participant. I will send you via the chat box, Rites, because he sent me privately.
Okay.
Okay. So, yes, I forward to the chat box.
Yes. So I will address this question, Adisa.
Yeah.
What we offer to our customers is the GaBi software, the modeling software, what we are using, and the GaBi databases. The GaBi databases have three parts. The first part is the GaBi professional database, which has data from all industry sectors like energy, like metal, plastic, textile, um, non-metals also, transport, end of life. So a comprehensive database we offer that is called as the GaBi professional database. This is the first part. Along with the professional database, we offer some extension databases. So let's say professional has a lot of electricity database from EU countries, from US, and so on. But for India electricity or Indonesia electricity, they might not be covered in the professional database. So here we have the extension databases. The extension database energy will have the data from Indonesia or India in it. So that's the part two. GaBi Professional is the part one database. Then the extension databases, we have energy extension, we have um, chemicals extension, we have manufacturing extension, end of life extension. So these are called as the extension databases and they come at a price. The part three is the specific database which we cover under purchasable data. We also call it as data on demand. So the data on demand purchasable data allows our customer to only buy specific data sets. So in this case, if Indonesia energy electricity data is only needed by the customer, they need not buy the overall energy extension database. They can only buy the Indonesia electricity mix under the purchasable data. Only this data will then be provided and the cost will be very low as compared to going for the entire energy extension database. So these are the three parts to the database what we have. The professional data, I'll summarize. The professional database is a group of all sector database which can help in doing 90 to 95% of LCA work. Then we have the extension database for energy, for manufacturing, for end of life, and purchasable data, very specific data can be purchased without going for the total extension package of energy or extension package for say end of life. Specific data for a incineration or a landfill or a energy electricity can be bought. So it's not paying twice, but these are the databases which are rare, and our standard offering of the professional database, the part one, does not cover them. This is how we are organized in selling the database. Adisa, over to you. are there some more questions, or should we start with the second session? You are on mute, Adisa.
Yeah, sorry. I've got a bad connection here, but I think it's okay now.
Yes.
Okay, Rites, thank you for your explain on the GaBi database. We saw GaBi offer three part of database,
Yes.
and professional and extended database, and database on demand. It is very interesting. Maybe we can discuss the later, but we are going to the hand-on training for session 2. Okay,
Thank you, Adisa.
so yeah, please go ahead, Rites. Thank you.
Thank you, Adisa. So the response I provided is also available on our website. I am displaying my our website on my screen. Just have a look. So the website is gabi-software.com. And if you click on the databases, this is the professional I was talking about. And then under professional, these are all the extension: inorganic, organic, chemical extension, energy extension, steel, aluminum. So these are all the extension databases. There is this list. We have around 15, 16 extension database. Then we are offering the eco-invent database also as a reseller. And the specific database which I was highlighting, part 3, is the data on demand. So you can buy a specific data set, a process data, using the data on demand, or the extension. So if you go for energy extension, if I click on energy extension here, you see we have, yeah, it's loading. We have around 100 plus data set for energy as a part of this extension. And if you go to professional, professional is a combined database for all the sectors, which can address around 90 to 95% of your LCA requirements. So you always can go to this area, GaBi data search or the GaBi database, and you will find the information.
Okay, clear. Thank you, Rites. Maybe we can directly to go the training. Can we?
Yes, Alisa.
Yeah, thank
Yes.
you.
So I was summarizing in the last session what we have done. I am hopeful that all the participants are able to do the exercise hands-on, and all of you are with me on the completion of the model until what we did in the first session. In this session, we will start with completing this model. It will take maybe another 2 minutes to complete this model, and then how to see the results, the impact results. So we will go to the results calculation for this model. And then after that, we will do a second exercise. We will add a transport phase to this model and an end of life phase to the model. So this will be the second exercise we will do and carry out the results calculation. So maybe around 1 hour, 10 minutes to 1 hour, 15 minutes on the modeling. And then we can discuss on the questions, very specific questions, or any input. We can do that after these 2 exercises now.
Rites, sorry.
Yes, Adisa.
I think some participant has not yet developed their model as you have done.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we will complete this model, Adisa. We will spend some more time on the model. And participants who are still completing, if they have queries, they
Okay.
can, and we will support.
Okay, so they will be complete the model first.
Yes.
And
Complete
okay,
the
thank
model,
you.
and then we will go to the results.
Okay, thank you.
So far, this is what we did. We created this process, injection molding. If you want to see how we created this process, you can right click and go to the database settings. So right click, go to the database settings. You will open the window where this process was created today in the first session. Injection molding, the 3 inputs and the 2 outputs. Now we don't know what is the output of this product, this process, the model. What is the output? It is not visible. So let me use a dummy process. We have some dummy processes in our database. The name of that dummy process is called, the data set is called as product. So in the search window, go to the search window on the top right corner and type product and search. You will find a unit process with the name product plastic cup, or just product is also fine. Any of the two. You see, this is a auxiliary process. The parent folder is auxiliary. This means this is a dummy process. So the product
Ritesh,
cup,
sorry, here are some notes from participant. Please not too fast. Thank you. Yeah.
so those participants who had closed GaBi, let me demonstrate again. So please open GaBi from your desktop by clicking on the icon. You will see the database is already connected here. The GaBi training DB, you connect it once, it remains connected. So you just open it. The name of the database is GaBi training DB task completed SP40. It will be here already connected. If you go to the drop down in the open database section, select that and click on open. It will take around 10 seconds to load the database, to open the database. Once the database is open, you will see here on the left hand side and all the elements, the terms of GaBi will open up here. Again, go to projects. Once you open the database, go to projects. The project we are working on is the LCA of plastic cup. Open that project with a double click and activate that again. So whenever you close GaBi, the project gets deactivated. We must activate that again. So click on activate project and it is active again. Then come to your plans. We created this folder. And in this folder, we have our plan, plastic cup production cradle to gate. Double click on that. You will get a warning message. Ignore it. Click on OK and your plan will open. So this is what we have created in the first session.
Yeah.
One or two small things are left to complete this model. So we will complete this model with those small things now and then go to the results calculation. The first thing is we don't know what is the output. I mean, we have modeled it for 1 kg, but it is not visual. We can't see it in the model. What is the output of the injection molding process? So let us connect a product auxiliary process on the output of injection molding to see that the output is 1 kg plastic cup. So for that, let us use the search feature. You know now how to use the search feature. We searched for electricity, compressed air, granulate in the past. Likewise, we will now search for product. So the name of the process, the auxiliary process itself is product. So product and press enter to search the product. So this is the product I was highlighting. Under the processes folder, there is a process, an auxiliary process called as product. There is another auxiliary process also called as product plastic cup. You can select any of the two.
According to Limepack,
as it is
plastic cups are made through a process called injection molding, where the plastic material...
I'm sorry. So you can select any of the two. This is a generic product which can be used in any model. So let us select the generic product, drag and drop this to your plan. Here, it has come on the plan. Place it here. And now you know how to connect. So click on the injection molding process. From the right hand side line, the red line, keep your cursor there and drag it to the product flow. Whenever we use a generic auxiliary process like this, where the flow name is different than the flow name on the injection molding. So the flow name on the injection molding is the left hand side, it is plastic cup. The flow name on the product process, the dummy process, is product unspecified. So GaBi will ask you to reconfirm. Whenever there is a flow name mismatch, left hand side flow name is plastic cup on the injection molding process. Right hand side flow name in this process, product process, is product unspecified. So GaBi is not very sure what on the left to be connected with what on the right. It is asking to confirm. So the bold ones are the ones which are selected on the left and on the right. You click OK. And 1 kg plastic cup gets now connected here. You see. So this is how, only to make sure that we can see the data and the amount of output, we have connected this auxiliary product process. Responding to the question from Venamati, the search is on the plan top right corner, Venamati. Like we searched for the background process earlier, compressed air, electricity, in a similar way, please search for the product. The name of the process is product here on the top right corner. On the top right corner here, type product and click on enter, press enter to search the auxiliary process named as product and connect it to the injection molding process. The flow name here is the plastic cup. Another small thing we have to do to complete this model is fixing the foreground process. If I save my plan now, I get a warning message. The warning message, we were also getting it earlier. It is the same warning message. Equation system not completely specified. Please fix the process. Plastic cup production. Scale of process injection molding is set to 1. This is the warning we are getting. So in GaBi, any plan, like this is a plan, plastic cup production cradle to gate, any plan in GaBi or any model in GaBi must have one of the process fixed to a scaling factor of 1. I will click OK on this warning window. Now I want to fix the injection molding process to a scaling factor of 1. Single click on the injection molding process and go to this selection drop down on the right hand side. So to fix the process to 1, single click on the injection molding process. Go to the selection drop down on the right hand side top. We have used the selection drop down earlier also. The same selection drop down you please click. You will see the scaling factor is 1 and the fixed checkbox is not enabled. Click on that. You will get a tick mark when you click on the fixed box. When you click on the fixed box, you will see a cross comes in the injection molding process on the top right corner here. When you unfix it, the cross goes off. When you click on fix again, the cross comes again here. And now when you go and save your plan, you will not get the warning message. So any plan, any life cycle model in GaBi, we have to fix the foreground unit process to a scaling factor of 1.